Wrapping up our time here in the Mini John Cooper Works.
It's been fun. It
has been fun.
Yeah.
It's been a little bit of a struggle to keep up with the other 3 cars, but it does have a little bit of character. You get some odd pops and bangs and farts between shifts, which is really, really fun. And I think it's cool just to have something that isn't a super. It's like I think it's cool to have something that isn't a sports car per se on the trip.
Yeah.
So add a little bit of flavor. So
we've just kind of been jamming along to some good 2012 music.
Oh yeah.
Waving our arms in the air.
Some Deadmau5, some Skrillex. It all just fits the vibe of the Mini.
Yeah.
The seat.
Actually, I've grown
it's
more
okay.
comfortable with it. It's cool to have the leg support.
It's a little stiff, yeah. But yeah, you've got the chrome collectors. I will say, engine transmission combo very good. Lightning fast gear changes. BMW always does such a good job with their transmissions, especially the 8 speeds.
Also, I just love all the toggle switches in here.
The toggle switches, yeah. All good stuff. What I will say is I do need to equip a hat because I have been just blind the entire time. Overall though, pretty good experience in the Mini. I wish it was a little bit rowdier.
Me too. I wish I wish you get more pops and bangs like the Veloster had.
Yes.
Bang, 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 bang.
Like that. The old Mini John Cooper Works, it was a little bit rowdier. It was a little bit more bovine.
Yeah.
And this car, it's a little heavier, it's a little softer, it's a little safer.
Also, I wish it just had a little bit more power.
Yeah,
say it.
228 horsepower.
It's not that much nowadays.
It's not that much, especially in the John Cooper Works, and this is the heaviest rendition. It's automatic, it's a convertible, so it doesn't feel particularly fast. So we're just going to get our heads blown off by the next 3 cars.
Yep.
But then the LC is going to feel slow in comparison to the F-Type and the M4.
I gotta say, for less than half the price of those other 3 cars, the Mini does provide a lot. It really does. You still have the same amount of seating, you still have an awesome sound system, you still have a fun, rowdy, if not pull you to the back of your seat power. It's still exciting. And sometimes the front wheel drive is a little bit more fun to turn the stability control all the way off and toss around. A few things I do really appreciate in the Mini. The infotainment system. The resolution is so good in the responsiveness, everything of the screen. I really like that. I like the TFT gauge cluster, that looks good. Not a fan of the head-up display, I've just had that off. It's just not a very good head-up display. Not a big fan of it. It has enough power to hang with the other ones too. We're able to get right up to highway speeds, and anything extra that you might need to do, plenty fine. Yeah, it doesn't get there as quickly, but it does it. You can still hang. It hasn't felt drastically out of place here today, which I think is pretty cool. And yeah, they're different market segments, I get it, but I could see the purpose of having this car, and the fact that this is the only one you can get with a manual transmission, that makes a pretty good argument for the Mini. I really think it does. A few of the things I would change: the steering wheel is too thick. The center console area isn't bad. I just feel like they could be reimagined and perhaps done much better. I wish you could put the top up at a little bit faster speed. You can only do about 18, 19 miles per hour or so. But I am very thankful that we pulled out the windscreen. That made a huge difference. Doing highway speeds without that, there's a lot of wind coming through the center here. And when I put that in, it quieted down a lot and just a lot less buffeting and air hanging out around here. So that was nice. Probably my biggest complaint with the Mini, to be honest, for what it is the fact that there's virtually no rear visibility with the top down. I'm being followed by the BMW, and fortunately for me, I can't see it in my rearview mirror. What I really, really hope happens sooner rather than later is Mini coming out with an electric convertible. I think Alyssa and I will have to buy one. I mean, we like Minis, we like convertibles, we like EVs. Put them all together, and yeesh, especially if they can just squeeze a little bit more range. If it could at least be 150, we would probably do it as long as the price is okay. It's just I like the character of them. They look weird, but I guess I like weird. I'd style it a little bit differently from this one. This one's it's kind of a wonky spec. Sorry, Jay. Would you care for sport mode?
I love sport mode.
There you go. Would you care for sport shifting?
Man, for this road, this car has plenty of power.
Yeah, I would imagine. It's just enough to actually have fun, and especially in like current conditions, a little bit of wetness on the road, the front wheel drive will be nice.
I would not want to be in the Jag, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a good thing Tedward is behind the wheel of that one.
Yeah. It's like Mario Kart.
Our state is shaped like a mitten, and we will be exploiting that mitten over the next 2 days and 1,000 miles with these 4 excellent luxury Grand Tour. Is the Lexus LC500 the best car money can buy?
It's very powerful. It's a Jag.
Oh, I'm getting pelted. Ah!
It's a BMW. It's a Grand Tourer by definition. Chris, what is this? You were supposed to bring a 911. Well, I think there's only one way to decide which of these cars is the best Grand Tourer, and that would be by Grand Touring.